What If? Deku Ate the Devil Fruit, Part 3. So where I left this series off was Deku just got 5,000 meters by throwing it, and everybody was shocked. Like, everyone was shocked. So they're all just like, dang, this kid's so strong. All that passes, Deku actually ends up getting first in that besides, and Momo gets second. I'm just gonna say, like, Deku actually outmaneuvered it. Like, he, like, was able, like, Deku's really stupid, mentally, but he's strong physically, basically. So, he knows how to fight and stuff, but he doesn't really know how to read and things like that. So, yeah, we're going on, and now it's time for Hero vs. Villains. Deku gets paired with, I'm going to say, I want to change it up from Uraraka, so I'm just going to say Momo, I guess. So Deku is paired with Momo, and it is Bakugo and Ida. So, like, Deku doesn't know that Bakugo's gonna come out right from the start, so he just, like, walks in, and all of a sudden he hears, "Die!" as this huge blast comes right at him, and Deku's just sent flying into the wall, and everyone's just shocked, like, geez, maybe he could have gone easier for a blindsided attack. Deku just stands up and laughs, like, good one. Now it's time for my turn. And, like, Bakugo's just shocked because this kid just doesn't care at all. So he's running, like, Deku grabs his hands onto a bar from the ceiling and plants his legs and the feet, stretches back, and I'm not sure what he yelled. I'm just going to say, Gum Gum Launch. I'm just going to say, and he, Gum Gum Launch. He just sends flying right towards Bakugo. And then Bakugo's like, how do you think you're going to hit me? And he's like, no. As he basically turns around, forming basically like making a slingshot out of his arms, and fired Bakugo right out of the hole that he made Deku. He's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, you have Momo, right? You should probably get going up to the bottom before he comes back, as he's pointing at Bakugo like half a mile away, just like, what the heck? How'd he get me so far away? So they just run up, and Ida's like, halt, heroes, I'm going to stop you. And Deku just holds on to his straw hat, and he's just like, oh yeah. And so he's running so Deku just runs right at him, and he's just like, Ida's like, stupid hero, I'm going to stop you. Oh yeah. And Deku just says, Gum Gum Pistol, and just fires it right at Ida, as Ida is sent flying into the air, and says, oops, look like I overdid it a little, as he just touches the bomb and says, did I win? Did I win yet? And All Might's like, hero team wins. He's like, yay, that was pretty fun. It was a little too easy. Wish I could have a challenge next time. Everyone's shocked to hear, like, he was basically holding back the whole time. If I would have went all out, I probably would have killed one of you guys. And, like, everyone, like, Bakugo is just mad by this. He's like, oh yeah, you want to fight? He's like, yeah, I'd love to. And so they really want, or Deku just wants to fight him, basically. And so Momo ends up liking Deku. I know you guys are probably just going to be mad at me for making Momo like Deku, But if you guys want to see just Momo Deku, but not like actually, just like, oh yeah, it's Momo X Deku, but not really, basically. Like, there's some of it, but not fully. Kind of like what I did with Legendary Super Saiyan. So it's not going to appear for, like, the entire series, basically. So, they win, and now we go into USJ. USJ. So, Deku's there with his straw hat, and basically, he just walks out like, alright, time for some training. And then he's like, hey, what's that black thing down there? Is that an extra course thing? And Aizawa turns and he's like, no, those are villains. He's like, ooh, can I fight them? And Aizawa's like, no. No, Deku's 13s. Keep the kids safe, especially that one. As he points to Deku and he's like, oh, come on, I just wanted to fight. As, like, Kirogiri warps around them and says, oh, kid, you're going to be able to fight pretty soon. As they are all sent into different locations, and Deku's like, whoa, oh shoot, water, yeah. And he just falls right into the water, and he can't use his powers, like, he can't, well, he can, but, like, he can't, like, fully use them, basically. And he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. And that's when Sue comes around, grabs him, and puts him up on the ship and says, do you know how to swim? And he's like, no, ever since I ate the devil fruit, I've lost the ability to swim. The sea hates you once you eat one of them. And, like, Sue's just shocked by this. But, like, she's also just like, oh, well then we probably should get out of here. As Deku's like, I'm already one step ahead of that. As his hand is grabbing on top of, like, a metal bar, and he just sends himself right out of the USJ, breaking the ceiling, and, like, the villain's like, what the hell was that? As he just, like, starts spinning, and he comes crashing right down, right next to the Nomu, and he's like, hi, hey, what's this thing? And he's like, Nomu, kill that kid. As the Nomu grabs him and just throws him, and he's like, ooh, you're a strong one. Ooh, you're a strong one, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna fight you. And so he's just, like, running. He's running, and he's just like, stupid kid, you're gonna die. So he just keeps coming back. He just keeps sending him flying. That's when Deku is like, I'm gone. Bazooka! Just sends it flying right at the Nomu's stomach. And he looks up, smiling, and then he's like, wait, what? Nothing happened. What the heck? And he's just like, stupid kid, as the Nomu just chops right down in an X, giving Deku the X scar that Luffy does. So then Deku is sent flying with this blood and X and blood all around his, like, chest, and he's like, damn it, how can I do this? As he looks up to see that Momo is there being held by the Nomu, and like, he's friends with, like, pretty much everyone in the class besides Todoroki, Mineta, and Bakugo. So he's like, don't hurt my friend. Like, he's like, you can punch me and kick me and hurt me all you want. The one mistake you did was hurting my friends. As Deku looks up at him, using like, some, like, he doesn't have Hakai fully, but he has, like, some of it, so he uses some of his Conqueror's Haki to, like, because the Nomu's kind of scared by the look that this kid gives off. So the Conqueror's Haki, like, basically just stops. The Conqueror's Haki basically just, like, makes the Nomu accidentally let go of Momo. And Deku's like, and he's just like, I'm just gonna say it again, you can hurt me all you want, but you won't hurt my friends. As he's charging at the Nomu. And punches the Nomu right in the face. And he's like, kid, I thought you learned that your punches won't do anything. That's when he's like, yeah, but what if I punch him a lot? As he just starts punching him. He just keeps punching him and punching him. And Deku just... And the Conqueror's Haki just wore off. And the Nomu trying to grab his head. He grabbed his straw hat and practically crushed it. And he's like, damn it. How dare you hurt my hat? And just, like, punches it right in the brain, grabbing the brain, just ripping it out and throwing it. And the Nomu just falls over. And Deku is on his knees, like, my hat. And Momu's like, I can fix that if you want. It's like, but I don't need another one. This is the only hat that I need. It's like, oh no, I'd actually know how to fix that. So Momo actually ends up helping Deku fix that. And that's when All Might arrives, and he's like, I am here, and he's not smiling. And he's like, wait, where's the threat? Is it those guys in the middle? And then, like, he just sees Deku standing over this massive, weird-looking bird thing with, like, just a ton of brain leading to a brain thing and a missing spot on the top of its head. And he's like, jeez, this kid is so powerful. So, Deku charges at Shigaraki, and Shigaraki tries to leave, but Deku stretches his arms out, grabs him, and just pulls him up in the air, and he says, Gum Gum Pistol! And just sends his arm flying up, hitting Shigaraki's stomach, and his arm stretches all the way back down, pushing him into the ground. And that's where Kirigiri takes, like, a passed out, like, a Shigaraki covered in blood. And he's like, Shigaraki, damn it. So All Might is like, geez, kid, how'd you end up beating that thing? Wasn't it designed to kill me? And he's like, it was? Oh, that's cool. Does that mean I'm powerful as you, All Might? As he doesn't actually know who All Might is, I'm gonna say. Does that mean I'm as powerful as you? Aren't you the #1 hero, right? And he's like, I still can't believe you don't know my name. But yes, young Deku. So, they go on their way, and now it's the next day. And they're like, I wonder who's going to be teaching us. It can't be Aizawa. You saw how hurt he was. And that's when the door fell down. And they're like, wait, who's that? Could that be the teacher? And he's like, oops, I guess I accidentally broke the door. And they turn to see just Deku standing there with his hand out, trying to open the door. But it fell. Like he accidentally just punched it. And everyone's like, jeez, this kid can't control his power. So he just goes and sits down. Oh, they're about to start the sports festival. And I'm going to leave that off for now, guys. I'm going to do the entire sports festival tomorrow. Or I'm going to do this entire sports festival in part 4. Which part 4 is not going to come out till Monday. So in about 5 days is when part 4 is going to happen. And the next 2 days are going to be finishing up What If Deku Was a Villain. And the 2 days after that is What If Deku Was a Ghoul. And then on Monday will be What If Deku Ate the Devil Fruit. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. And please like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys. Bye.